My name is Frank Horvath. I was born in Palmerton, Pennsylvania. I'm 95 years of age, approaching 96. When I was drafted, there was no choice. They put you where they wanted to put you, and I went into the Company K, 331st Infantry Regiment, 83rd Infantry Division. Actually, D-Day, our division loaded on the ships at Plymouth. The ocean was so bad that we stayed on the ships for about 7 to 8 days. When we approached the combat area, we relieved the 101st Airborne. They're the paratroopers that landed on D-Day and approached the hedgerows of Normandy. Now, hedgerows were like a football field surrounded by mud or dirt, maybe 3 foot high, 4 foot high, and they planted shrubbery on there. These hedgerows caused us a big problem because the German general had his defensive position set up so good. He had the tank at one place, and then he had a machine gun placed in the other corner, and then he had snipers in the trees. They really had the firepower and everything to defeat us there. We had a difficult time. We'd advance 100 yards, 200 yards, and we'd pull back 100 yards. Very difficult fighting, very good defensive position by the Germans.
And ran smack into hedgerow country where the Krauts set up the fields like forts, using the hedgerows for walls.
I won the one Bronze Star back in the hedgerows, and the other Bronze Star I won in St. Malo. I was a platoon leader at that time, and they assigned me the area between the beach and the first street. And I was supposed to, with my platoon of 40 men, I was supposed to clean that area up. I approached, it looked like a building, but it was peculiar. On the front end was a cannon, and I knew right away, hey, this is a fortification. We did see a German that fired at us, and we fired back at him, but he disappeared. We couldn't see him anymore, so evidently he ran into this fortification. And we dropped some hand grenades into the air holes, but nothing happened. So I had my bazooka man come, and we fired 2 shells at the building to see the construction, to see what it would do, and it just didn't do any. Actually, the shrapnel hit 2 of my men. If I would have continued doing something like that, I'd be taking the brunt of the thing, and nothing would happen to them. I walked down the steps, and there was just a little ventilator that you could holler in, and I hollered into them, and I said, "Cum staus?" And they'll shoot, that we would shoot them, we would kill them. I said, "No, we have no intention of killing you," but they didn't want to come out anyway. But I heard French language in there. They said that they had French people in there with them. So this presented a problem. This is a fortification. We can't get in this unless we ordered artillery, and it probably wouldn't have done much anyway. It probably would have damaged the homes and everything around. I decided that we would leave 4 men there because they couldn't fire at us because they were like closed in. There was nothing there, just concrete walls, corridor. And I noticed there was a door, and when I looked at that door, I heard a gun go off. Pistol. Hit me in the leg, shot me in the leg. Here was a little ventilator up on top of the thing that he was able to see through. But that was the only way they could fire at you. So I told him, I said, don't walk into that place there. and just waited out. My troops did what they were supposed to. They took me back to French, it was a French aid station. But I decided not to assault this bunker. And when they did give up, the Germans probably said, hey, they're not going to kill us, or they'll probably want to do anything. So they came out. They decided to surrender. I wasn't there. I was on my way to a field station. I got a letter from the company commander, and it said in there that there were 12 German soldiers in there, and there were just about 20 French people in there. So it was a big thing. I got wounded, and I went to the field station, the American hospital, and the doctor told me, he said, Frank, you're one lucky guy. I said, why? He said, well, in World War I, they would have cut your leg off. See, the bullet ricocheted, and it broke right in two. It hit the concrete, and this went into my leg right here, and it stuck on the bone. To me, it was just a combat decision that I made. Nothing big, at the time. The French government, they notified us I would be getting the Medal of Honor for valor, but they call that the Chevalier. So that was my story. I was with the 83rd Infantry Division all the way up until that time.